TIFU by eating too many grapes with blue cheese.
So it was 4 a.m., casually chilling in my room, watching Netflix and eating grapes with blue cheese. I ate like half a kilo of grapes and a whole 100 grams brick of blue cheese. All of a sudden I get this really bad stomachache. I pull my knees close to the chest behind the computer to ease the pain a little and let some gas out. Seems to be working for a minute. Then the pain gets even worse and I proceed to go lay down on the bed, tucked in again for a few minutes until the pain gets to the point I can't even really move my legs anymore. I pull myself together and go to the toilet. As I sit on the toilet really in pain, crawled up and just trying to squeeze something out, all I get is a few pathetic farts.
I'm sitting there, now the pain is so bad that I'm sweaty AF, remove my hoodie and throw it on the ground. My ears are ringing so loud that I can't hear anything else above it. I'm thinking that maybe I have to call the ambulance since the pain was so powerful. I try to sit upright and that's when I fucked up. As soon as I sit upright, I pass out. I regain consciousness, few minutes. Honestly don't know for how long I was out. Later, confused as fuck, hearing the water flow, and my feet are fully underwater on the floor. After 20 to 30 seconds I really get conscious again to the point I can understand what's going on and realize what had just happened. As I sat upright, I had passed out and fallen backwards, so I broke the toilet bowl's water reservoir. Also managed somehow to break a drywall board behind the bowl. I had also a deep cut in the forearm with the broken edge of the bowl, missing the vein by literally a millimeter. Luckily I live with my mom, so I got up and woke her up asking if she can come help.
While behind her room door, I feel now that I'm literally starting to shit myself. Thinking what the fuck to do since I just broke the toilet bowl, I run to bathroom and into the bath. I literally shit for 10-15 minutes straight, pure diarrhea into the bath, like all the grapes and blue cheese that I had eaten 20-30 minutes before all came out, flushed the system fully clean. After that luckily everything was fine with me again. We cleaned up the mess together and went back to sleep. Now I have a mission of fitting a new toilet bowl. TLDR, ate half a kilo of grapes with whole brick of blue cheese, got the most painful stomachache of my life, went to toilet, blacked out due to pain, broke my toilet bowl and almost slit my vein during the process, almost shit myself full and then proceeded to shit my whole bathtub full.
Been there with IBS. You get the white-hot railroad spike going through your lower colon as your bowels move the liquid death through your guts. I tunnel vision bad on the worst of times, but you focus your breathing and splash some cold water on the back of your neck and it brings you back out of it. IBS pain is no joke, man. Are you okay now?
If you've lost consciousness for several minutes, it's worth it to keep aware of your well-being. Usually it's advisable to go to a hospital if you ever end up unconscious for more than a few seconds or there is a possibility you have head trauma. Obviously I understand that going to a hospital is not always an option. I eat grapes with cheddar cheese when I have the munchies. The grapes cause the shits. The cheese stops you up. The weed stops the pain. You know, too many cherries and milk killed one of our presidents. Overindulgence can be dangerous. A 100 grams brick, that would hardly be more than a few medium slices surely? So you broke both the tank and the bowl by passing out while you were already sitting down. Which would cause you to fall forward, not backward. Toilets are pretty tough. You must have had a massive seizure or something too.
Sounds awful.
Been there. The first time I passed out I ended up rolling forward off the toilet and spraining my neck really badly. Sounds like a lactose issue. Not because you ate all that. Usually what makes you sick is eaten 24 hours in advance. Unless of course you're sensitive to lactose, that shit literally hits instantly. This story took me places. Have an upvote. I used to make chili and serve it over rice and use saltines as a serving utensil. I'd always eat too much. 90% of the time I would get what I can only assume is close to appendicitis pain. I'd get to the toilet, sweating and hurting for what seemed like hours. Luckily, I was always able to release the hounds before breaking the toilet and drywall. I'm a moron. IBS, it's awful. One time we went to my nana's to have dinner. She made baked ziti. I was in the middle of doing dishes when it started. It will forever be one of my most embarrassing and painful moments in my life. I was kinda freaking out because it hurt so bad and I didn't understand what was happening. I thought I was dying. Thankfully, after a good 30 minutes on the toilet, I was finally able to get things to begin to exit. Left her house covered in sweat and embarrassed for ruining a family dinner. So this happened to me about 2 weeks ago as well. Minus the grapes and cheese. However, I managed to get off the toilet and flag my sit-down halfway through passing out. That's something isn't. Right. Cue me passing out the next few minutes. Still having intense abdominal poop cramps and sweating profusely. But nothing coming out. My poor so-called an ambulance, and after regaining my senses, a bunch of firefighters were in our apartment and taking my vitals. I had to poop so bad while they were doing this. I remember being super out of it and saying that to them. After taking my vitals, my so helped me to the toilet but had to keep the door slightly open just in case the firefighters needed to help. I ended up having intense diarrhea in front of my boyfriend and a bunch of firefighters. My dignity was shattered that night. Lol. I spent the rest of the night in the ER. On the bright side, my boyfriend proposed to me 2 days ago. He's a ride or die. Lol. FYI. According to the doctor, it's called vasovagal syncope, passing out during a bowel movement. I'm now trying to find a gastroenterologist because this isn't the first time I've had bad pain, but it is the first time I wasn't able to push through the pain and sweats and ended up passing out. Don't blame the cheese and grapes for that. Lightweight. Possibly same thing I had a few years ago. A vasovagal syncope. Check with doc to be sure. But mine's never reoccurred, so I hope yours is the same. Shit the bathtub full is my new least favorite sentence. Hope you got the cut checked out by a doctor, and you're okay now. Relevant username? I am so glad I'm not your mom XD.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.